Hey, hey. Hi, guys. Welcome back. All right. So let's do a quick peek at the topic of love. But I kind of want to go with a specific message here on like what's not visible. What is either, I don't want to necessarily say hidden, but just what's not necessarily obvious at the moment in the topic of love. We have a 10 of Pentacles. If somebody's not aware of how good something can be, that's kind of a sweet thing that could be hidden. Now we could go down the road of big drama. Hey, hey, AC. We could go down the road of big drama and we could say maybe what's not known is that a person is already in a happy, committed relationship, and that could be, it's like, oh, they're living their happily ever after. We have the High Priestess. I don't know. Sorry, guys. I've got makeup smeared all over again tonight. Anytime I come in from the weather. But the High Priestess, she can sleuth out what is hidden. She usually senses what is yet to come. She's our mystic, right? She's the Oracle of Delphi. So I'm thinking that we've got the story of a High Priestess right now. So I don't think too much is hidden from her. So it could be that she has a premonition of someone who's going to be a great 10 of Pentacles for her, or she believes or senses that somebody is currently in a happily ever after, but then who is she in this equation? Hi, everyone. So great to see you. We have Queen of Pentacles upright. I said, who is she in this equation? So we're going to start calling our High Priestess an interchangeable, label of High Priestess / Queen of Pentacles. So she could be an earth sign. She could be, I usually attribute Virgo, but also Pisces and Cancer to the High Priestess card. So what is this premonition that she has of a 10 of Pentacles? Is this her like future projection? Like I sense that I'm going to have a very happy, oh wow. I sense that I'm going to have a very happy relationship. We have like a Queen of Cups here. She's picturing herself transform. Anytime I see a seal, it always makes me think of the mythological stories of the Selkies. And Selkies are part woman, part seal. They're mythical creatures that swim in the sea as a seal, but then if they come up on land, they can shed their seal skin and live as a human woman, but they tend to always return to the sea and into their skin seal skin once more. So I'm going to say that whatever our mystical High Priestess / very grounded, hardworking Queen of Pentacles is right now, whoever she is right now, whatever her life is made up of, which could be a lot of work, creating a household, abundance, making money. She has this premonition that she's going to have a very emotionally satisfying, happy life with others, with someone. Her life is going to change. She's going to kind of slip into a whole nother life. How is it that she's getting this premonition? Where is this coming from? King of Cups. She's getting it because, I don't know, she's very attuned right now. It's like I would not be surprised if she's having like dreams. It's kind of, I wanted to go into like a dreamscape storytelling maybe later on this week for all the zodiacs. Just because we do have kind of like a tip of the hat to Starry Night, but I didn't intend to get into dreamscape yet. But in this storyline, it almost feels like she's having prophetic dreams, especially now that we see her coming out as, the High Priestess. I don't know if she's recently had a real sweet dream of her and another person, possibly living someplace, I was going to say cold because we have a seal and a polar bear, but this is actually like a tropical island with a couple of crocodiles. So I don't know. Maybe she'll meet somebody in a cold location, but eventually they'll make their home in some tropical place. But this is starting to look really like she's got prophetic dreams. I don't know if she's daydreaming or if she's falling asleep and having these dreams. We have the Hanged Man in the reverse. There's something here where I think she's realizing just because I think about something or it feels like it's a dream, it doesn't mean that it's not going to become real, because typically the stuff that we think about, we have to first conceive of certain things and then we kind of go out and start manifesting it. So I think she's realizing it's not like a prophetic dream so much as it is maybe her subconscious is telling her, this is the life that you want to have. This is the life that you're going to have, because this is what you are leaning toward. This is what the steps you've been taking in your life are actually gravitating you toward. You've been working hard at more than just your money. You've been working at developing yourself. You've been working at, like getting your thoughts clear on what you actually want. That's how I want to say this right now, but I don't know if there's not a little bit more. Tell me just a bit more about the High Priestess, because, the High Priestess is pretty powerful. Two of Wands, it keeps boiling down to whichever direction she wants to go. And I keep seeing little red high heels. So just as a side note, maybe somebody's got favorite red heels. I don't know. It kind of like Dorothy, Wizard of Oz, click them together and you'll end up home. But the Two of Wands is about the choices that you make. So the High Priestess is aware. Just like we said here, it's like she could be two different people. Who does she want to be? She could be a single, successful businesswoman her whole life, never marry, or she can be in a loving relationship with a partner. She's at a funny precipice in her life where it's up to her and she kind of knows it. She is, I think, subconsciously realizing, it's always been up to her, right? It's always up to every character to make their own decisions in life. But this storyline is really putting the spotlight on, I'll say a divine feminine, but please bear in mind, this could be a masculine just as easily. But we'll say it's just the story of this High Priestess who is becoming very much aware that they're at a fork in the road of their life. And what actions they take next will either lead them to this happily ever after with a partner, or they could continue on and be very successful, possibly like really, really, really wealthy, but they may be single. So which path do they want to take? This is great for a character to be aware of the two different choices. This is great for a character to know that it is up to you. So, oftentimes in life, I think, sometimes we don't realize that we're making decisions or that we're at a turning point. We've got the Knight of Swords upright. She is aware, but this is coming up fast. This is something about like she needs to go with her, not just her instinct, or I should say not just her intuition, but her instinct. Instinct kind of takes over when we do something impulsive. She needs to do something, or she will wind up doing something that is just suddenly very swift, she's probably not going to think about it too much. This could be going somewhere. Knights are travelers, so they tend to like take off. They tend to go where they need to go. This could be an impulsive decision. We do have her here with a bird head also, in like a blue dress. Birds are migratory. This specifically looks like the head of a hummingbird. What is this? What is she going to suddenly do? There's something in her subconscious that is getting her ready. Oh, we have a Five of Swords. She may need to like be prepared to brush somebody else out of her life that may be coming back in. She needs to not engage too much in battles right now. She maybe needs to like, look, she's squashing arguments. Why fight with the little mouse king down here? Sweep him on out of your house and move on. If this is like an ex who might want to show back up, it says she needs to impulsively just like delete and move on. She needs to just impulsively not waste time overthinking something. If she doesn't, because I think that way would lead her down the road of staying single. If you can engage with somebody who just wants to create more havoc in your life and you get tangled up in the arguments and the battle, you could miss out on other roads. Like imagine driving along the road and you're arguing with somebody, and so you're distracted because they're sitting next to you and you're distracted and you miss your exit. Maybe you don't crash, your eyes are still on the road, but you aren't really paying attention to where you are in space and time, and you could miss where you're supposed to be going. And so I kind of think that impulsively if the wrong person comes toward her, or if an ex shows up, it's like, don't engage in battle. Just sweep them on out of the house, sweep them out of your mind. Don't let this come in and mess things up. We got the Hierophant upright, we got the Magician, we got the Four of Swords. Oh my God. It's also this, I have to say, this particular llama in their little outfit, this, every time I see this card, I don't use this deck very often, but it reminds me so much of the song Jane Fonda by Mickey Avalon. But yeah, sorry, that's just a side note on that. This Hierophant and Magician, though, coupled with the Four of Swords, if she can impulsively let something go, sweep it on out of her mind, not bother with it, just move on, I think that's what her higher self is telling her to do. Sometimes we think that if we do something impulsive, it's like, oh, wow, you didn't think very hard about that. But sometimes our intuition is our higher self talking to us, or our instinct is, our higher self. And it might even be that she's like, wow, I really did mean it. I don't want to deal with an ex. I don't want to deal with anybody that, makes me feel like I got to fight him. Hell no. I want to just manifest something so much better. And this could make her go into like a period where she's realizing like, wow, I took on a different path. She could really heal from some kind of energy with an ex when this feels like an opportunity is going to come back up that she could start arguing with somebody, whatever, texting back and forth, arguing face to face. This opportunity, or I don't want to call it an opportunity, right? Because who looks forward to an opportunity to fight? But this scenario might be coming pretty quickly into her life. There's a reason she's starting to think, I'm at a crossroads. What is this crossroads going to be about? I have a premonition. I'm going to be at a crossroads, or that there's going to be something I got to choose wisely. I'm having dreams that I'm going to have to pick wisely. I could end up a Queen of Pentacles and be rich but alone, or I could end up in a happily ever after and also still have some pretty nice comfort. But I'm going to be at a crossroads and I'm going to have to choose wisely. What is the situation that I'm going to have to choose wisely about? And it's like, she's going to have to choose what's her instincts say? Get rid of the arguments, and it'll swiftly put her back into the energy of being able to manifest. She may also realize it like, oh my God, such a relief. The Four of Swords can be a card of healing. It can be a card of needing to quiet our own like inner beast, our inner wolf, and listen to what the universe has to say to us. She's, in order to manifest really, really well, remember, there's that polar bear again, right? That King of Cups was her polar bear. If she wants her polar bear, I think this is the first step toward her manifesting being with that person. But there's going to be a little bit of downtime. I don't know. This looks like she may be starting to do, jazzercise or something, and, be working out a lot. And that's part of her active manifestation, part of her connecting to her higher self. And then like sleeping like a little baby at night because she's tired from her exercises and all this crazy manifestation that she's doing. But I feel like this is that fork in the road. What do you do when the ex calls? What do you do when they try to reach you? It says, don't engage. And that is the moment. That is the crossroads. And she gets through it and she gets on the right path. Let me double check that. With that Five of Swords there, the little mouse in the house that she's sweeping out. Am I right about that? Nine of Swords, Knight of Pentacles in the reverse, Tower upright. I'm going to buckle down and say yes. I'm going to say that's the way I would interpret this, because we've got the stress level that somebody would bring into her life, and because they haven't changed at all. This ex is going to reach out to her. They could be Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. They could be an Aries. They could be an earth sign. They're going to reach out, bring in the same old chapters all over again. Same old song and dance. Haven't changed. Nothing's any different and this could have been a long time ago that she last talked to them, and they're going to come in and they're still going to pull the same stunts. And it's kind of like it's destined to be over. We have the skeleton built right into the internal walls of the castle, and within the castle it's just madness. You can't live in a castle like this. We got staircases, little EM Escher going all over the place that go nowhere. You can't live in a castle that doesn't have any like real design to it. And that's kind of what this relationship would be like, or was. And here it is trying to come back in, bringing all the same drama. This is the, like, it's time to collapse it. It's time to drop this. So I do think that it's definitely like the same old song and dance is coming back around. She needs to not engage. She needs to bypass it. She needs to shut down gateways of the past. And that ensures that she's really ready for this different future. This, basically, we're talking about a different timeline. So she's not going to end up being that Queen of Pentacles after all. Can we see her other timeline then? If she's able to not go down the road. Now keep in mind, I think she's going to know pretty much immediately that if that ex comes in and they're already causing grief, just like they always used to, like all those little signs will be there for her, right? There's a reason she's not going to be saying yes to the ex, because it's going to smell just like it used to, and it's going to act just like it used to, and it's going to be all the same problems that were ever there. This is why she's not going back to the ex. But she's also not getting tangled up and being like, well, I'm not going to deal with him, but I might answer their texts, but I'm not going to deal with him, but I might go out to dinner with him, but I'm not going to deal with him, but I might, put him on a probationary friendship. Like, I think this is like, no, it has to be a no so that she can move on into the future. If she moves on to the future, we got the Ace of Swords, we got the Seven of Cups. Clarity, strength, decisive action, cutting away the past, even though, keep in mind, she's having this premonition that she's going to need to make these choices, that she's at this crossroads. But after she makes that choice to not deal with the ex, she still doesn't have any guarantee that Mr. Polar Bear is really somewhere up ahead, right? Because the future hasn't come to pass yet. So it's like, okay, I just cut off my past and I have a premonition of what I would like my future to look like, and I'm trying to manifest it, but I don't really know that I'm going to get it. That's the whole point. You got to be able to close chapters so that you can wholeheartedly allow yourself to change and walk into the future and meet somebody new and not have all these other, energies of the past still clinging to you and, wrapped up around you. Seven of Swords. What is this? Seven of Swords is lies, but she's grinning there, a little Cheshire cat grin. And here we go once again with her as a high priestess. I think what this is like, it's such a joke. She doesn't not know what's going to happen in her future. She had to bravely cut off the past. She had to bravely move into the, whatever the unknown of the future is. But she's lying to herself if she thinks she doesn't know what the future is. If she pretends, well, I don't really know if there's a polar bear up ahead. Yeah, you do. You're a freaking high priestess. The same as you knew it was time to let go of the past, come hell or high water, you also know that you've got your lover's card coming up. You know that you've got this amazing relationship on the horizon. You know this. You've known what the fork in the road was. You've known intuitively what you needed to do. And you've known that your future was dependent upon whether or not you could cut off your past so that then you can meet the love of your life. That's what the universe is saying to her. So she can lie to herself all day and be like, I don't know what's going to happen. Yeah, you do. Of course you do. You saw it in your vision because you're a high priestess. You already knew you won't be able to have this new romance unless you're really done with the past, and it might have to come forth and test you a little bit, show up so that you can say a confident no thank you and really mean it and know that you're not going back to the past. It's the only way she gets this new life. And now we have the Tower once again. It's funny because we're already out of, the year of the dragon and into the year of the serpent. So I'm wondering if some of this has already been put into action last year, and we just rolled over into the new year, in January, as far as like the Chinese zodiac calendar goes. So I'm wondering if maybe this has been something that, like some of this was already put into play. Like she may have already crossed that bridge of, I'm definitely not dealing with the ex again. It wouldn't matter. Now, sometimes we don't have to really have a conversation with an ex. Sometimes our brain can kind of go through it and we think it out and we go, if they came back in and we're going to talk to them, would I talk to them? No, I wouldn't. In fact, I really mean it. I wouldn't. She might have already like cleaned out old messages. She might have already deleted old stuff. That could have been part of that Five of Swords also. Like she realized she doesn't want to deal with an ex. And I only suggest that because it feels like this tower has already fallen, like she's already gained that freedom and that mental freedom from this. But, and maybe that's why we had the high priestess on round 1 here saying, I think I crossed a test and I didn't even know it. I think I crossed through that branching life. So is she starting to have dreams, like nice, happy daydreams or fantasy dreams, or is she gravitating toward, like things that everywhere she looks, she sees like couples? She's thinking about, like the idea of herself being in a loving relationship. Maybe it's little details that she's surprised to find herself thinking about, like, whatever, she's brushing her teeth or something. And she's like, I'm so glad I have double sinks in my bathroom because I can almost picture my mate brushing his teeth at the same time as me. It could be weird little things that she's like, why did I think that? Like, that's not been on my mind before. Why am I picturing somebody beside me? Like, there could be weird moments. Maybe she's thinking about a vacation she'd like to take at some point in time, but she's like, but I'm going to wait until I go with a partner. And it's like, why am I thinking about that? I mean, I'm a single Queen of Pentacles. How come I'm envisioning doing certain things with a romantic partner? And it is not my ex I'm picturing this with. I'm feeling like with this whole dreamy premonition thing, she may be having an awful lot of, even here, the way she's standing here, she's like, oh my, we got a little bit of the, the casual pearl clutch, like she's kind of thinking something a little bit naughty. And it's a little bit like, ooh, glad nobody can see in my head. I don't know. She may be picturing like, some good loving going on with a person she hasn't even met yet. Somebody that she has a premonition is going to end up in her world. The only reason I'm saying I think she's already crossed that test, crossed that boundary, crossed that barrier of, would I ever deal with my ex again? Hell to the no. It's because it says it happened in Year of the Dragon. It's weird to see a storyline that I thought this is all premonition, which it is, but it's also, she's already passed through the test. She's already headed down this road, which is really awesome. Really awesome. Page of Pentacles. So this is usually a message. This is some kind of unexpected, possibly cute, fun. It's little. It's, our little pages are, the children of the deck and the messengers. Sorry, guys. I know I look like a wet rat. We got the 10 of Pentacles. However, this love story begins, this new love story. It could be unconventional. It could be this energy of like a first little like friendship or humorous, comedic. It could be, we've been calling him the polar bear. We didn't get to see really who he was except as a polar bear. And now he shows up as kind of a mythical creature. Very lusty little duo here because we have Pan, who's very lusty. But now we've got this elven family here, and we've got this little gnome. So I don't know if she's going to meet him through like a third party, through a friend or something. But remember, she was having fantasies and visions of a 10 of Pentacles. And here we go again with the 10 of Pentacles. The family, the home life, the entire like warm group of people that she cares about and who care about her. Somebody who's thrilled to come home to her. This feels like she's already on this path to have this. The only thing is with this tiny beginning, this all starts little, but I almost is he going to be wearing a red hat? Is there going to be something that stands out, something that catches her eye? And it's like, oh my God, I've never met this person before, but here he is. He's an unlikely person to turn out to be the love of my life. But I gotta keep my eyes open for either the person who's going to unexpectedly introduce me to this individual, or this is him, but I didn't know this is who it would be. It seems like there's this little, remember, she's a high priestess for a reason. And the high priestess has to use all of her spidey senses. So I'm starting to wonder, is it like one of these things where she needs to be aware of the subtle cues? Because a Page of Pentacles, especially if this is like a third party Let's say this is some random stranger that she meets as she's, waiting for the bus, and this random stranger says, oh, hey, you should go here, you should go there. And it's because she listens to that little voice. I say little because he's a gnome, and it winds up changing the course of her life. And that's all because somebody suggested something to her. Hey, you should go to this restaurant. Hey, have you tried this thing? Hey, here's a free coupon, you should go. I'm picturing right now somebody who's like one of those like a promoter, or somebody who's like handing out, like flyers or something, or somebody who's like bouncing around with one of those signs. And it just feels like she's going to get a message from somebody that nudges her to go down some road, and that's how she meets this person, her polar bear. This says the nudge could be soft, it could be quiet, it could be coming from some third outside party, an outside individual. It doesn't have to be a friend who's like setting her up on a blind date. It could be something so subtle. And I'm wagering it is going to be subtle because, remember, High Priestess, she listens to the little tiny things that other people just kind of like dismiss and say, yeah, somebody randomly that I've never met flagged me down, wanted to give me this flyer, told me, you should go here, you should try this, whatever, go to this event. But I'm not going to pay attention. A High Priestess will go, that's weird. What are the odds that today of all days, this person who looks like a gnome wearing a little red hat chases me down the road to give me this flyer? Why didn't they chase down everybody else? How come I got the flyer? Maybe I'm supposed to do this. Maybe I'm supposed to go there. Like a High Priestess will take that into account. Something unusual, something that it can be small. Oftentimes the High Priestess has to work with the tiny little teeny tiny. I know, it's like, universe, couldn't you make it more clear for her? She's a High Priestess. She's got this. She's been doing good so far. She's already blasted past a test. She's already ended up my fingers and my rings and everything's getting caught in my hair. With that Nine of Wands in the reverse, she definitely needs to get out more. She can't be hanging out. In the year of the dragon, this High Priestess spent way too much time in her cave. She needs to get out more. I'm going to stand by this concept that this is somebody who randomly comes into her life that gives her some nudge that she should go do something that she wouldn't otherwise have known about, something she wouldn't have gone seeking. But maybe that's it. She's like, you know what? I was just thinking I should probably get out and do more. You're the dragon. I was kind of a shut-in. Let me go ahead and I'll force myself to go to this event, or I'll listen to the fact that somebody, introduced me to some idea, something I should go try. High Priestess, go out, go mingle, do the things that are crossing your path. I mean, as long as they're like safe, right? And of interest. King of Swords, whomever they are, remember they were a polar bear before, but they may be somebody who he seems really powerful. And it looks like, Thor practically is being created here. We see the thunderbolts coming in, and we see the swirling energy around him. This means, to me, it means that the same like crazy vortex of energy, something wild is going on in his life too. He's probably going to be getting the same energetic memo that he needs to get off the couch and go somewhere, go do something, because he's getting like zapped by the universe. Like, hey, the two of you are supposed to meet. That High Priestess, she's listening to her instinct. You're going to have like this, like a flash of like neurons in his brain. It doesn't have to be a him and it doesn't have to be a her. But right now we got these two that are just absolutely, like buzzing for them. We got the 10 of Wands. This could certainly be, 10 of Wands is like laying down, drama and fears and all kinds of things that almost feels like he's been a bit of a shut-in too. But he's making a change himself. I feel like I'm picturing somebody who's like all of a sudden like just shoving themselves up out of an armchair and like, you know what, I'm just done sitting around thinking about stuff. I'm just going to go out for a walk. I'm just going to go out and go do something. He doesn't know it yet, but he's got to go find his lady. The Queen of Cups shows up once again, his little elven queen. I got to go. I don't know why. I just got to suddenly get out of my armchair. I got to quit thinking or mulling over or brooding over whatever I was doing. All of a sudden, I got to jump up. It could be nighttime. So it could be like an event or something. She's going to go. And then all of a sudden, at like the last minute, he's going to decide he's going someplace because he can't sit at home anymore. Just like she can't stay indoors anymore either. Sure enough, this is how he meets his Queen of Cups. So this is such a wild matchup for these two. It's awesome. It's absolutely awesome. Two of Wands, guess what? This is his crossroads. If he doesn't get up and move his butt and go wherever it is he's going to go, he's not going to meet her. He could, if he doesn't listen to his own flashing neurons, he will miss out on meeting her, and she'll probably meet somebody else. But this is his crossroads. She already passed through hers. This is his moment. I think he's doing just fine. I think that he's, I mean, of course, just these two being in the right place at the right time doesn't mean they're going to talk. They will. They will. We got the Two of Pentacles. They may literally bump into each other, like in a physical sense. They may, like, you know, when you're trying to, like, are you going to go left or am I going to go left? You know, oh, but we're mirroring each other. So when I go this way, you're going the same way that I am. You know, these two could do like that weird dance where they can't get around each other. The moon. Oh my God. I swear the universe is all throughout the story being like, okay, listen, I am trying so freaking hard for you two. We're giving you the whispers. We're letting you make your own decisions, but you got great intuition. You're at some crossroads. Make the good choices. Come on. All right. You guys are doing great. You're getting there. This is like painstaking. Like, I feel like we're pulling teeth to get these two to like just totally interact. And maybe, I don't know how they're going to wind up having dialogue, but there's enough interest here that says, well, this is interesting. Why am I even here? I've never been here. Oh, I've never been here either. I almost didn't show up, but, I decided to randomly. Like, these two could start a dialogue about, like, excuse me, do you know which door to take? Excuse me, do you know where this event is happening? It could be something like that also. Solving a mystery, like together, they may each have pieces of the puzzle. I feel like these two are going to almost immediately work well together in some capacity, but it could be that they need to do something kind of together. We have the Temperance card. This is awesome. These two will be able to either solve a little mini puzzle together, figure something out. I mean, hell, they might, if you've ever like accidentally bumped into somebody as you're trying to like figure out where an event is happening, and then by the time you both kind of navigate your way in and you find out the event sucks, now you kind of bonded with that person, and it's like, you want to go get coffee or something, or go across the street? Like, I kind of feel like I know you. It was more fun talking to you than being at this event. It could be something like that. These two share an experience right out of the gate is what it looks like. That is a really awesome vibe. It's a really awesome, like, merging of energies. I don't know. It looks like it's very much 50-50. Like, these two have shared such similar, being at crossroads and deciding inside themselves to break their routines, to break old habits. It's really hard to grow if we stay in the same planter, right? I'm thinking about my house plants. I recently had to step up quite a few of them because they were, I looked over and my fig was like shrieking at me saying, I need a bigger diaper. I can't live in this tiny diaper anymore. I mean, my fig in their potted, it's kind of a too small pot. Nobody likes to wear too small of underwears or too small of diapers, right? That doesn't feel good. Well, that's kind of what it is for a plant. And so everybody got stepped up, and they're so much happier now. But I feel like it's really hard to keep growing and flourishing if you stay where you are in life, if you stay in too small of an environment, or if you keep like living in the past, or you don't let yourself move into the future at all. You don't size up, you don't step up into like new soil. And I love the fact that that's really what the message was in this. And we're seeing the results of characters who are able to finally move beyond that confinement of the past. So, oh, this looks really good for them. If nothing else, to me, that was the big message. All right, you guys, I'm going to leave this here. Samira, that's awesome, though. That's awesome. I love it. That's so sweet. Fairest of all, great to see you. Hey, hey, peace and love. Michelle S., wonderful to see you. Okay, AC. Everybody, last night, if you were hanging with us in the, was it last night? I think it was last night. We were all trying to guess AC's name. AC gave us permission, and I wagered my guess, and I'm not right. Travis Rhodes, did you ever figure out a guess? Jessica H. Oh, hi, honey. Good to see you. Alana, thank you. Samira says Angela Cranberry. I love it. Thank you, fairest of all. Peace and love says Amanda Collins. Oh, that's a good one. Travis is now voting for Frank. Oh, you guys are so fun. You're so awesome. Oh my God. So the Peaceful Observer. So good to see you, honey. Chelsea V. Hey, hey. I almost thought somebody's name was serendipitous. Excuse me. Michelle S. Hey, hey. Carrie Wilson. Good to see you. Is Wendy Parker in the house? I didn't scroll up that high yet. Great to see you, Wendy. Hi, Calm Seas. Thank you again, Alana. There's Wendy. Hi, honey. I'm still scrolling up just because I didn't get to say hi to everybody yet, and then I'll scroll back down. Victoria Rose Noir. Hi, honey. Nabila's in the house. Great to catch you, love. Brian Van Winkle. Bogdanka. Happy Wednesday to you, my dear. I'm still scrolling, guys. Contented Tiger. Hi. So glad you made it. Great to see you. Lucia. Hi, sweetheart. Hi, Aurora. I can't believe that Violet and EM aren't here. Evo Designs. I know I got on here pretty late tonight. Nikki O, wonderful to see you. Wendy E said air conditioner. Victoria Knox votes for Alice Cooper. Nice. Wonderful. Nabila, I will do Scorpio tomorrow. Tonight I still have to do a Cancerian video, and then tomorrow we'll get over there to the Scorpio and many others. Okay. Christy Peruso, hi. Hey, sweetheart. Thank you. All right. Do we have a name yet, AC? Are you going to crack and give us a name? I see Ashley. I see Anne. Hi, Ataraxia. I see Angel. Awesome. Bogdanka. I will get to that next. Travis Rhodes has now shifted to Domingo instead of Frank. Thank you, Lucia. Great to see you. All right, AC. What do you think? Oh, AC says not Amanda, Ashley, or Alex, but it's just as simple. Miss So the Peaceful Observer says Aaron Copeland. Fairest of all says Anita. Anita Christmas. Andrea. Allie. Starts with an A. Victoria Knox is guessing Al. Alexis Custer. We got some good names. Okay. Out with it. Out with it. All right, here we go, AC. Drum roll. Drum roll. If I pound on my table, my dog will go bananas. Abby, very nice. Okay. America, that's a great one. Peace and love, that's a great one. Awesome. Okay, so now we know. Abby. I love it. Is it Abigail or Abby? That's adorable. All right, you guys. Abigail, Abby. I think Abby is just so cute. I love both names are beautiful, but Abby, you said that first, and that's how I'm gonna think of you now. All right, you guys. Take care. Lots of love, you guys. I'll see you. Those of you who are joining me in Cancerian will go there next. All right. Take care. Bye for now, guys.